Hi Pisces, welcome to your love reading for mid-September through mid-October. This is not the general reading for October. This is just the love reading, not just the love reading, but the love reading. And we're going to do it different than what we've been doing it. So for a year, we looked at your person's energy, the person that you were bringing into the reading. So now we're going to do it a little bit differently, where we're going to look at your energy first. So we will get an oracle card for overall advice from spirit, or the overall energy that you'll have for the next month. And then we will clarify with tarot. For the extended reading, if you're interested in getting the extended reading, we will go further in depth with your energy, find out if there's any advice you need. This can be for singles, this can be for couples, this can be for twin flame soulmates, people who are in connection with each other or not. So this energy is going to be for singles or couples. It doesn't really matter. So in the extended, we get further in depth with your energy. Then we look at your person's energy with a different deck of cards. So we will actually look at your person's energy in the extended, or the person that could be coming in to your environment, their energy. And then, and then we'll clarify it and get in depth with them too. So here we go. Also, I do have 20% off readings still. When that 20% off is over, I'm going to take a break for a little bit. So now is the time for you to get a reading. If you want to get a reading, now is the time to do it. All right, Pisces, what is the advice or energy, overall energy for Pisces? There it is. I'm like, am I going to have to... There have been a couple of signs that have had a really hard time getting their initial energy out. I'm not really sure about that. So we have balance. This is actually the Temperance card in the traditional tarot. So it's the Sagittarius Temperance card. You would think that it would be Libra, but it's not. Number 14, yeah, it's Temperance. And Temperance is about balance. It's about balancing the heart and the mind, and allowing yourself to heal from a place of, it's like the logic and the emotions are working together. You're not being illogical, you're not being overly emotional, that kind of thing. So it could be that you're trying to find balance in relationships right now. It could also be that you're trying to find balance within yourself in order to have a balanced relationship. Yeah? So let's see, Pisces, let's look further. I'm just going to be quiet because I know that you guys just went through Virgo season. Some of you, it wasn't really that big of a deal. Like it was a little bit easier for you to get through. But some of you had to, because Virgo is just opposite your sign, which is the 7th house, and it's the house of relationships. Some of you learned some pretty harsh lessons during this season. I feel like one of these lessons was, it's like you really wanted things to turn out one particular way, but the happiness of it was sort of an illusion, you know? Interesting, because Justice did come out. So there is a lot of balance that's wanting to happen here. Let's get 2 more cards, and then we'll go. But I feel like the question here is, are you finding balance within yourself, or are you searching in the outside world to find that balance, to make you feel better about the situation? Because I think that it's time for you to like shift your energy a little bit. It's like, is the outside world like giving you the feedback to help you find that balance, or are you finding that balance within yourself first? Because that's really what we need to be doing, is finding the balance within ourselves first and foremost. So we have the 10 of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the 8 of Swords, we have Justice, the Page of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like you were kind of in a bubble of happiness that might have been an illusion. Like you might have been in a relationship, or you were doing something in your life, or you know that was like a temporary happiness. I don't think that you realized that it was temporary, right? But a lot of times when we are looking for happiness outside of us, it's all temporary. Not a lot of times, all the time. When you look for happiness outside of you, when you're not happy with who you are and you're looking for happiness or validation from outside of you, it is temporary. It's all temporary. And I feel like that's what happened. And then there was some kind of argument, could have been with an air sign, possibly a Libra, that really diminished you or made you feel, it got you super up in your head. So we have the Knight of Swords with the Eight of Swords. So I feel like this argument or this discussion even really got you up in your head and diminished you. And really, and it kind of brought you to your knees with the Page of Cups here. After that happened, something shifted with the energy. So I'm going to be really curious to find out what this Wheel of Fortune is when we clarify it in the extended. Because it's almost as if that argument had to happen for you to get you out of that bubble of happiness kind of mode, because the bubble wasn't real, right? That the illusion of everything being fine and everything being happy and all of that stuff was probably good for a time or good for a little while, but when it came down to it, it wasn't. It was temporary. And I think that that's what had to happen in order to get this wheel shifting in a different way, in a different for you to recognize that something had to change. Excuse me. So this balance is you not just sitting within, excuse me, man, strong energy. This balance is not you sitting just in your emotions or just in your logical thinking. This balance is using both of them in order to come full circle, in order to allow yourself to shift the energy in a way that's positive for you, you know? Okay, so we'll look more into this in depth when we get into the extended, and we will look into your person's energy. Could be, I'm seeing a lot of air here. Could also be a Sagittarius, since we do have the Temperance card over here. But yeah, so if you would like to get the extended, check the description box below. You can either go on Patreon and become a Patreon. You can go on Patreon and become a patron, where you get all of the extendeds, and you get twin flame readings and the meditation, the live meditation circles that we do once a week now. Or you can go to my website and get the reading individually. I love you all. Please take good care of yourselves. I'll see you in the extended, and I will see you for October readings. Bye.